What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage, and welcome back for another episode of Word is Law. Now, in the previous episodes, I've been talking about sports, gaming, and music, but it's really only been sports and music. That's because, honestly, my shit is fucked up. You don't understand how long it's taking me to try to make this video, bro. You just do not. Oh, man, bro. My shit is so fucked up, bro. I don't know what type of black magic this shit is, but I cannot record and talk at the same time without the video or mic lagging. And when I say mic lagging, I mean have that little static in the background. That shit is fucking annoying. So what I figured could not only be a little bit of fun, but also some gaming content for you niggas is a little rebuild. This way, my reaction doesn't have to be live, while at the same time, I don't half-ass you guys on your content. So the first team I figured I'd rebuild is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not exactly because they're the most interesting team, but because they're in such a stupid situation. My nigga, why do they keep drafting guards? They got Darius Garland, Matthew Dellavedova, Colin Sexton, Darren Exum, Dante Exum. Fucking KPJ is basically a guard. Dylan Windler is barely a small forward. Their only actual wing I see on this team is Chetty Osman and maybe Alfonso McKinney, but they both suck. Well, Chetty is okay, actually. Let me not do that to Chetty. My boy Chetty could be a backup, but he shouldn't be a starter. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who the hell Dean Wade is, but he looked like a chopper. So alright, you got two shooting bigs. One of them's Kevin Love and the other is Dean Wade. All the other big men do the exact same thing, but to a higher or worse degree, which is get a board and block a shot. So let me just get this out the way, because there's always them niggas that love every single young player on the goddamn planet, and them niggas, look, it's nothing wrong with supporting niggas on the come up, but I mean, damn, you sucking a lot of dick out of every single draft class, bro. Not every fucking player is a Hall of Famer, All-Star, etc., etc. I bring this up because there's no way in fuck I'm about to put Darius Garland and Colin Sexton on my untouchables list. No way. To me, untouchable means transcendent talent, insta-lock Hall of Famer, at worst perennial all-star talent. Colin Sexton and Darius Garland, I see peak having all-star talent. I don't see them ever being a top 10, 15 player in the world. I'm not saying they can't, I just don't see how it's gonna pan out that way. Because being a top 10 player in the league is kind of a ridiculous thing. That is MVP caliber talent. In fact, shit, because you're already mad, let me take it a step further. As far as the trading block goes, nobody's safe, and one of those two guards going. Garland and Sexton will not be a thing that I build around. That is not going to happen. I don't think the Cavs should do that shit either. Maybe y'all can understand where I'm coming from with this. The absolute peak of that duo is CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard. That's the most I can give you. If you think one of them's going to be better than Dame, or the two of them will be a stronger duo than Dame and CJ, alright, bro, power to you, man. But to continue outside of those two, none of the bigs are safe either. It's not that they don't have talent, but if I'm Cleveland, these are like the worst situations for almost every big man on the team. Andre Drummond gotta get his money soon, don't want to pay him. Tristan Thompson gotta get his money soon, don't want to pay him. Larry Nance is already getting his money, and his contract's not too shitty, but at the same time, do you want a long-term commitment to Larry Nance Jr. for above 10 mil? I don't. And then Kevin Love has one of the worst contracts in the league, so what? Now, before I get to progressing the season and shit, two more things. One, nothing I build in this team is influenced by 2K, so badges, jump shots, all that other bullshit 2K got going on, I'm not influenced by that in making a decision. If a nigga got quick draw, that's cool, I definitely check it out. But I'm not about to be like, oh damn, I'm not about to get this player because he doesn't have quick draw. Like, nah, my nigga, I'm going to get players that are supposed to fit the team in real life. Number two, and most importantly, I'm not going to trade rate the CPU. I'm not about to have 10 first round picks. I'm not about to trade Colin Sexton for Kevin Durant. Not about to do none of that phony shit, bro. Oh, fuck, three, I forgot the most major thing. I'm not re-injuring shit. Like, on God, I'm not doing that. That's a lot of work. No, I'm not doing it. Power to them niggas. It actually kind of builds my ass up, because the first thing I'm thinking for Cleveland is, of course, to get another first round pick. And it's actually for quite the opposite reason you may be thinking of. Although the team's probably gonna suck, we fucking stink, I am not a tanker. I don't believe in tanking. I think tanking is the most overrated way to rebuild a team. And actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm definitely doing a video about it. No, I want this extra first round pick to give us reassurance and draft capital. Which is why, for whatever Cleveland fans or Andre Drummond stands telling me that he should have been untouchable, yeah, suck my dick, bro is definitely packing the fuck up for a first round pick. In fact, the only problem is, who the fuck should he go to? He's only 25, 26, he can go to a contender or a rebuilder, but his skill set doesn't value a rebuilder's first round pick. but then his talent also supersedes a contender's first round pick. Like, he's right in that middle ground. But I probably will end up giving them to a contender because I really can't see a tanking team or a really bad team giving up their first round pick for Andre Drummond. Like, his skill set doesn't warrant that. And I'm well aware that I could get some players for him instead, but I feel like Andre Drummond is the only chance I have at really securing a first round pick. The only other players on the team at that point worth a first round pick is Garland and Sexton, and there's no way I'm shipping them this early. I will get rid of one of them, but not this early. I can at least see them play and choose. I can get more evidence. Now, I know the city of Boston probably gonna be looking for where I sleep at night, but that's fine, fuck you. Being said, Gordon Hayward probably should get out of Boston anyway. It's really turning into Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's team. Not that he hasn't been a good rotational player, but I know that he wants them starter minutes. But it's more than just ego for Gordon Hayward. As far as team fit goes, duh, they need Andre Drummond. That's not even a debate. And as far as Boston as a franchise, would you rather have $34 million looking at Gordon Hayward coming back or $28 million looking at Andre Drummond coming back? And it's both up to them anyway. Gordon Hayward has been phenomenal off the bench for them. I cannot lie, he's been mad efficient, but I don't think he's irreplaceable. In addition to that, I think Andre Drummond would give this team a whole new dimension of interior defense and honestly make them a much scarier threat. So I have no problem saying that Gordon Hayward in the first round pick for Andre Drummond should be a bad move for them. But in case I'm bugging, I'm even willing to give them Chetty to give them some replacement for Gordon Hayward, as Chetty is under contract anyway, so you don't have to worry about that wing leaving your team. And he's coming off the bench, so he can give you a little bit of production. But go ahead and spam the Chetty Osman equals Gordon Hayward memes, because I know how y'all be in the comments. Well, at least could be, but y'all don't really subscribe to it, nigga. That's tough. Now, Gordon Hayward's career in Cleveland can be either really, really short or really, really, really long, like for the rest of his career type shit. It really depends on how much he asks me for after his player contract, which he all likely is going to opt into because nobody else is going to pay him $34 million. Either way, Gordon Hayward should be able to do some damage control for when this team gets out of hand, as he is the veteran of the team, probably our best player at the current moment. But for those of you who may be thinking Gordon Hayward was a bad pickup, I highly disagree, because Gordon Hayward doesn't need the ball to score. Granted, this is 2K, but in real life, if I'm running the team, I want to see if Garland and Sexton can at least find the open man and then expand their playmaking ability from there. And although assists don't mean everything, you can't really see how good of a passer somebody is if the person never makes the jump shot. So even though the main objective was indeed the first round pick, getting a guy like Gordon Hayward really helps me in that regard too, because he can come in the game, start for us, and actually give us good minutes, probably the most valuable minutes of the team. I'm talking about Gordon Hayward way too much. Let's trade Kevin Love already. I've never exactly had the reason to talk about Cleveland basketball, therefore talk about Cleveland trade talks, but I've always thought of this trade, like always. Like, I don't think you understand how much I thought this trade was gonna happen. Everybody was talking about the Knicks and shit. I was like, yo, if you don't send that nigga to the Dallas Mavericks, get literally a worse version of Kevin Love, take Courtney Lee's bum ass contract, get a second or two, and keep it pushing. It sounds so weird, but I swear to God, it was like the first trade that came to my mind when I heard Kevin Love was on the block a brick ago. The only dispute for this trade comes down to if you think Kevin Love is like really, really shit, and that's where I disagree. I don't think Kevin Love is really, really shit. I think Kevin Love just was in a really, 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 really shitty organization. Everybody loves to talk about how much Chris Bosh sacrificed for the Big Three Heat, but y'all act like Kevin Love didn't sacrifice more for them Cavs teams. I ain't even gotta say much. Kevin Love in Minnesota wasn't no damn spot-up shooter. And no, I'm not saying Kevin Love's gonna go to Dallas and average 25 points per game. Fuck no, that's over. But Kevin Love is definitely a blueprint of the modern-day big man. He can make a couple passes, stretch the floor, and definitely get that board. Not only does he fit in with Dallas's scheme, because again, he's just a better player than Max, but he also provides the championship experience, or at least playoff experience, that team desperately needs because nobody else has any. Or at least none of the good players. Shout out JJ Barea though, he's still thugging it out. By the way, they keep making me add Alfonso McKinney for Justin Jackson. I didn't want to do that part, but whatever, I guess. Nobody cares about them anyway. Probably the most straightforward trade of the day, just a typical cap dump, getting a future first and Evan Turner for Larry Nance. In addition to that, Evan Turner can also play the 3, but he can also be a facilitating 3, which means I can slide down Sexton and KPJ, which is actually great because I want Sexton and Garland not to be on the court at the same time. I want Garland to play with the bench while Sexton plays with the starters. Everything about that move just fits everything I'm going for. And wow, Justin Jackson is actually going to get used. But I think that's going to do it for all the transactions today. I want to see how shit plays out rather than to keep trading and trading and trading. Of course, we're not that good, but taking talent aside for a second, the only issue I have with this lineup is that KPJ starts. And I'm not really sold on Dante Exum off the bench either, but I suppose he's better than anyone else in free agency. But that's just a minor flaw. Other than that, this team came out actually a little bit better than I thought it would. We're still dog shit, don't get me wrong, but it is a start. We don't have a solid team identity quite yet, but we're filling things out. We're getting somewhere by doing that. So to end the video with this Cavs team is still very fucking bad, but it's a step in the right direction. Rather than doing the worst Sam Hinkie impersonation of all time, gathering a bunch of guards and bigs praying one of them will be good, I invested in all my young guards and put them in an optimal system. I've even dealt Kevin Love so we have money in the next upcoming offseason. What I did was take steps towards the future, and what the Cavs are doing in real life is waiting for something to happen. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all niggas, it's 6 a.m. so we definitely gonna continue this later. Not on the next episode of Word is Law, but it will be a continued series on the channel. Don't forget to rate, comment, share, and subscribe. It's been your boy TSO Sage. Thank you for listening to Word is Law, and I'll see y'all next week.